Street is gobbling Wall Street is gobbling up properties right now, left, right, and center. And so, and here's the thing: if you quizzed someone 18 months ago that also felt like what you're feeling now, and you asked them today if they felt like they made a bad decision, what are almost every buyer going to say? If you quizzed every buyer from 18 months ago and you asked them how they felt about their purchase today, what do you think they'd say?
I'm glad I bought back then.
Oh, heck yeah. Right. Now, I don't have a crystal ball. However, I do watch certain things, and that all the indicators are saying that we're going to be in this market for a minute. So what Chris did was really, really smart. She broke it down into what it looks like in the next 2 months, 4 months, et cetera. If we wait, it could cost you. And so why don't we grab it now and then recoup that appreciation on the other end? Anyway, thank you, Chris.
You're welcome.
Rebecca, you're on mute.
I said, Matt.
What do you got?
Well, today, guys, if it's okay, we wanted to continue the conversation that we were having on Monday. And one of the things that's been coming up quite a bit is the importance of agent relationships and getting an offer accepted. So for the next 15 minutes or so, I would love to have a mastermind and a brainstorm. And some of you who had the conversation with us yesterday may pipe in and share some of your favorite thoughts on what are you doing to get the offer accepted and how important is that relationship with our co-op agents in the market. So anybody that wants to share with that would be great.
I like this one, so I'm going to share. So one of the things I started doing in this business right away is learning from my co-ops. Like, pay attention to what they're doing when you get their offers, because you get the best tricks. I had one co-op recently say, hey, thank you for the opportunity to submit the offer and make sure that all the paperwork is in order, not a single thing missing. And then she said, inspections are scheduled for Tuesday already in advance in case we get this offer. I loved it. It was a 5-day inspection. Inspections had already been scheduled. I love that part of it. So just little tricks like that from other agents, I think is a wonderful way to go about learning new tricks.
So here's what's interesting, right? So like we had a conversation that everyone's feeling like that everyone's got to waive all these rights, but this person was really preemptive and had it scheduled. And so did you have other offers on that property?
Yeah, we had multiple other offers. And
you chose the one that even had an inspection.
Yeah, well, she was at the top. The reason, okay, so the sellers are asking, I don't know which one to go with. And I just said, look, based on my experience, the efficiency, the attention to detail, and the proactive behavior of this agent gives me more confidence that we'll get to the closing table versus this agent that hasn't called me, that hasn't texted me, that sent the contract over, but the numbers are great. And so that does matter. And I just want a backup offer. I didn't win it because we were FHA, but I want a backup offer for using the same types of methods in my approach to making those offers.
Awesome. So they called you, already had the inspection scheduled, and the paperwork was perfect.
Yeah.
I trust everybody's taking down these notes because this is the little stuff that makes all the difference whenever there's when there's a playing field and people are evaluating and offers are closed. These are the things that make the difference, guys. Good job. What else? Great tip, Charlie.
Well, I got another one. Have your lender call them.
Okay.
I have my lender call them. I do. I have my lender send a text or call and confirm how solid my buyer is and how they will get them to the closing table and they've done all the pre-qualifications.
Yep.
Charlie, have you found that that's annoying to listing agents to have an extra phone call, or have you found that they appreciate that?
I have never gotten any negative feedback on that. And when I get those calls, I do appreciate it because it's one less call I need to make because I'm having the conversation with the loan officer right there and then. So I can't imagine why it would be annoying if you're getting confirmation that it's a solid, viable buyer and you don't have to make that extra effort to confirm that.
Yep, I totally agree with that. One of the agents in the office has built a really great relationship with her lender. And I think that lender has passed her like 4 or 5 buyers this year. And when we were like analyzing the relationship they have, come to find out the lender also feels way more connected to this agent because it's a lot more of a teamwork than everybody else. It's like send the letter, send the letter, send the letter. Well, this agent and her lender, they're like best buddies. They're getting drinks together. They're working every deal together. And so I think there's some strategy in vendor referrals as well, involving your people that heavily in the contract.
And if your lender's not looking to make that call, you also have options.
So something I'm going to add along the same lines is, this was from a lender. A lender did a video introduction, just a little, gosh, it wasn't a minute, just a little video introduction, introducing himself. It was personalized. It wasn't a canned video. It was a very live introduction of himself, about the client that we were both working on and who his team was, and it was just real brief. And I thought that was really good. I just thought that connection was really strong. To see his face, you put a face to the voice to the person that you're working with.
Absolutely. Well, because at the end of the day, whenever you take a look at all the agents, I know a lot of times these super high producer team owners are really high D personalities, but the majority of the agents, and I would say a lot of people on this call, were high I's. So you think whenever you're starting to build a relationship with a high I, what do we got to do? They want the videos. They want the fun text message. They want to talk to you on the phone 9 times out of 10.
Well, I'm a D, but that sure brought my eye out.
Yeah.
So,
Sweet. What else are we doing to either get in relationship with a listing agent or get our offers accepted? Because it's all kind of the same conversation.
Rebecca has a really good one too. I'm going to implement Rebecca's idea as well. The resume.
You can share if you want. I feel like you and I have had a lot of conversations, so I don't know what you're referencing that's working.
Oh, your little text, your Canva text resume.
I wonder if I can share that in the chat.
I've got it. Yeah, I've got here. It's on the screen. I just have it on my screen. I know you can't really see it very well, but this is the image that Rebecca sends that's got her resume and stats to the listing agents as well. That goes with the, with the text and the offer. I thought it was pretty neat. I was like, send that to me. I want to see it. So do you have a link to it?
No, it's just like I have it saved on my phone as a screenshot. So how I use that, guys, is whenever I present an offer, first of all, I've called the agent already. Then I send them a text message. Hey, thanks for the call. Here's a summary of the offer that we're sending over. And I send, I just attach the picture in my text message, and it says, teeny tiny font here. It says, thank you for taking the time to review our offer. I know you're super busy, so I wanted to send you a snapshot of who I am and what to expect from a transaction with the Edie Waters Network. This is whenever I was on her team. And then I have it's pretty, it looks professional. We have educated buyers, smooth inspections, experienced agent, friendly admin staff. And it's just like a little summary of what to expect. And I think more than anything, they're probably not reading it because I don't know that I would, but it presents me as a professional. This is what to expect. And I've had really, really good feedback from agents saying all right, we can have a conversation now.
Well, the other thing that I was thinking about when I was drafting mine is I'm going to introduce my transaction coordinator, put her contact information there, because here's something that I found: buyers, co-op agents, lenders, title companies, they all have a different love language, if you want to say, on how they get their information. So that could be the contact point that people remember to go back to, is that text, when they're can't remember who the admin's name, whatever, I don't know, just trying to repeat the same information to multiple platforms so that it's available.
Right. Really cool.
Like you said, I don't know how much they'll read it.
Some will, some won't, but that's the deal. You've got to figure out how to work with the personalities that you're working with in each situation.
I don't know if you guys are like me, but I like to go right to the finish line. I don't want to I don't want to waste any time. And I've got buyers and clients in the same way. And this is a tip that someone shared that oftentimes we forget. If you're bringing an offer to a buyer, you're calling the listing, or you're calling the listing agent. You have every right to ask the listing agent if they have permission from their seller to disclose all offers and to tell me exactly what offer will get this deal done in the next hour, so I can go back and write it up. So, no escalations, nothing else. What offer is going to be accepted by your client, by your seller right now? Do you have permission to tell me what I'm up against? And if they do, they can. I mean, even as listing agents, you can talk to your sellers and say, hey, do we have permission to share any of these offers with any of the other agents that are in there to help you get the best offer, right? Instead of all of the blind offers. And you can. So, you know, don't forget to ask that. CJ, you look like you were gonna.
I was just going to say that that ran into that a lot, and having that conversation, and that conversation going to, nah, I can't really tell you that. So, you know, it just bring us your highest and best, which to get with Ken to help me figure out, okay, so they can't tell me, or they're not going to tell me. So how can I get them to tell me without them telling me? So that's just asking more questions like, you know, what's the other offer that you have, or what's the best offer that you have, if you're allowed to tell me that? Well, I can't tell you that. Okay, is it over 330? Yes. Oh, how much? I can't tell you that. Is it over 350? No. Oh, okay, so it's between 330 and 350. Yes. Are they doing box 2? No. Are they waiving appraisals? I can't tell you. Are you looking for an appraisal waiver? Yes. Okay, so like that was what is something that, because I was getting really frustrated, because obviously they were like, well, are you having conversations with the listing agent? And I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to. I feel like I'm not getting anywhere. And they were like, well, you got to level up. So what is, you know, if they're not going to tell you flat out, which most of them aren't, then how can you get the information that you need while you have them on the phone? You know, or if they're responding via text message, because, you know, there are listing agents out there that don't like to talk on the phone, Ken being one of them, but he loves texting. So anyway, so that was something that helped me, you know, a few times, just getting out of the mind of, am I doing everything that I can to get all the information that I need to help my client?
Pro tip. That was awesome.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I kind of had the same thing happen the other day. I want to say the house was listed for 460, and so he said, the listing agent said, we have offers. I can't even remember the word he used, but like exceptionally over the list price or whatever. So I was like, when you say that, do you mean like 20,000 or? And he was like, more than that. And I said 30. And he said, he was like, I can't tell you. So I took that as it's between 20 and 30 over over list price. So yeah, it does work.
Mm-hmm. Love it. Those are the attorney questions, right? Like, you just gotta, as the attorney, like, where were you on February 5th at 11 o'clock, or was it 12 o'clock? Good stuff.
The question that I like to ask is, if we offered 340, would we be in the top 2? Would we be in the running?
Great question.
If we offered X number, whatever number it is, would that get us at the top? Would we be in the running? That also is another way to kind of gauge where you are.
Real good.
One of the conversations that I feel like opens the door a little bit with the agents is just using our first belief system of like, look, Matt, I'm here for a win-win. So let's at least have a conversation about what a win-win would look like. And I feel like sometimes if they give you a no to start with, if you explain your heart behind it, I'm not trying to negotiate against you. I'm not trying to beat your people down or make them a low offer. I'm here to work with you. We're buddies on this. Softens them up a little bit.
I think it's important too to approach these co-ops as an extension of your client. They're your clients. You need their help to execute the deal. So you got to try to find what their pain points are too, and what they're trying to avoid in their next co-op agent. So I mean, that's how I try to approach it. I'll look them up on Facebook. I'll do a little bit of background check on the agent, just kind of see who they are, not numbers or anything like that, just character, personality wise, and then just try to align my call or my text to that so that they can remember who I am and what I'm presenting.
Right on. Any other thoughts, ahas? What are your biggest takeaways from today's call? We got 2 minutes. It's just a quick recap. What was the best tip that you heard today that you're ready to implement? You're like, all of them.
I know, all for me. I'm joining for the first time. This is super beneficial and helpful. So I'm just soaking and writing all of this in. So everything that everyone shared, I'm going to implement it this Saturday for an open house. So I'm excited.
Awesome, Luba. Well, it's good to have you on the call.
Thanks.
Anyone else? Best takeaway, biggest aha today?
I go with Charlie's when he said like he felt like he was wasting his time. And I feel like that a lot of times. Like it's just something to tip you off. You're like, oh, I'm wasting my time here. Let me mentally, like, I'm ready to go. Let me get out of here. And then it is different when, you know, you got somebody watching you or you talk to yourself, you're like, hold on, I'm kind of giving up rather quicker than I would say I give up when I'm talking to Ken. So I'm just like, let me work through this.
Yeah, Terry, that's a big thing. You know, and again, it's use your gut. Your gut is the GPS on how you're in relationship. And if you feel like you're wasting time or there's a disconnect, it's because we didn't build a bridge yet. Right now, it's just two people talking as opposed to partnering in this next thing, right? So we have to be able to build a bridge before we can really deliver, right? Like we have goods that we can deliver to this relationship. Without a bridge, you can't get anywhere. You just get to hold on to all your goods, right? You can't airmail them.
And you've done half the battle because you got the appointment.
Yes. Yeah. That's what that's a mindset piece, right? It's like if you've got the appointment set, like if they're already inviting you over, the only reason you're not getting it is your mouth. Right? Like when you're coming into the door, it's a yes, your mouth makes it a no. If you're not prepared or you're not in relationship or you're not saying or doing the right things, right? That's a mindset. So just know that when you're going to the appointment, it's a yes. Don't let your mouth make it a no by not being on this call. With that, I'll leave you guys. We'll talk to you on Monday. Bye.